Ma'am,
Yes.
what does Nelson Mandela say when mean when he says that I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me?
Yes, it is again coming to the page 20, second paragraph, when he says, I was simply the sum of all those African patriots who had gone before me. What he wants to refer, again, he refers to those great personalities who had struggled for the freedom of Africa. He says they have made unimaginable sacrifices. कि उन्होंने जो sacrifice किया है, जो struggle करी है, that is unimaginable. We cannot imagine how they fought, how they showed their courage, and they suffered a lot. And he says, I cannot repay that because they had lost their lives. And he only tells कि whatever I am now, कि इस time पे मैं क्या हूँ, he is going to be elected as a president. तो वो अपनी उस पोजीशन का सारा जो इसको कहते हैं ना क्रेडिट उन लोगों को देता है कि why he has established this democratic government. No, it is only due to all those great fighters or the strugglers who had sacrificed their lives. This is as I have on the many other days that I was simply the sum means total, जैसे आप मैथ्स में करते हो, of all those African patriots who had gone before me. All those African patriots who had lost their lives before becoming my president, I am the total sum of their actions. Matlab, this is the result of their actions. Becoming of his president of a democratic government and coming out of the system of apartheid, getting freedom, is the result of their actions. Some means कि जो भी वो इस टाइम पे है, जिस सिचुएशन में वो इस टाइम पे पहुंचे हैं, that means they have got the freedom, it is only due to their actions who had sacrificed their lives, the great patriots. Clear? Yes, Ashish beta. What is the problem?
Ma'am,
Yes beta.
ma'am, why the international guests that came to the inauguration ceremony were distinguished?
Distinguished because they are the international, they came from the other countries, that's why they were special guests. And the main reason was because South Africa had broken the relations with other countries. These people were not allowed to have any trade or any dealings with the other countries, and this was after so long time of coming and the end of the apartheid system, that these people had come to South Africa. They were not allowed, they were not having any relations with the other outside countries. Outlaw word use किया गया ना, कि उनको अलाउ ही नहीं था वाइट सुप्रीमेसी के अंडर ब्लैक पीपल्स को, ये अलाउ ही नहीं करते थे कि वो दूसरे कंट्री के साथ कुछ भी अपने रिलेशन रखें. You can see this line where he says we who were outlaws on page 18, third paragraph. Outlaws का मीनिंग देखो क्या दिया गया. Because of its policy of apartheid, many countries had earlier broken off diplomatic relations with South Africa. They were having no relations with South Africa. And this was for the first time after so many years that all these great leaders of other countries, international leaders, had come to greet Nelson Mandela, to congratulate him, to wish him good luck for the democratic government which he was going to frame. Clear? Ashish beta, is it clear? Okay, thank you. Anyone else having any doubt? You can raise your hands. Okay beta, lower your hand. Ashish beta, thank you. Yes, anyone else having any doubt for any line, any phrase? Yes, Divya beta. Yes,
मैम
Divya
वो
beta.
बाय मिस्टेक हो गया था.
Okay, okay, no problem. Any doubt to anyone? Should I move to the poem? If there is no doubt. Yes, let me share a PPT with you for poem Fire and Ice. Just wait. Yes, quickly. Who will explain about the poem The Dust of Snow? Raise your hands. What is given in this poem? What is the idea or the theme which the poet wants to convey through this poem? Very short and simple poem. No one? Yes, Isha Sharma. Good, beta. Yes, explain.
Yes, ma'am. In this poem, here the poet is trying to say with
Please
the
open, switch on your video. Yes.
in this poem, the poet is trying to say that with the help of the usage of words of nature, that the negative words can also be taken as in the form of
Yes.
positivity. Here uh, in this poem, he has taken a crow, which is a hemlock tree, which are referred as ill omen, which are
Yes,
uh,
symbol of negativity. Yes.
symbol of negativity, and uh, he says that these negative words have gave him a positive view of life, and has gave a different definition of
Yes.
positivity,
Yes. Yes.
in which
Listen,
his
let me explain because we have less time and I want to finish all the 3 points. Listen, all of you, carefully. I'm going to discuss about the theme, message, and particular idea I've conveyed. After that, at the end, if you have any problems for any poem, you can ask. First, listen. The poem Dust of Snow reflects the importance and significant existence of little things in life. That means little happenings in our life are also very important. This is the idea which the poet particularly wants to convey. The poet has used the elements of fearsome crow and the poisonous hemlock tree, but eventually these elements bring back the joy which the poet had otherwise lost in his daily routine of that particular day. The rue, which is you can say the rue, which is a medicinal plant, is mentioned in contrast with the poisonous tree. This reflects that the poet would have felt regretful if he had not sat under this tree, which changed his mood. So, what is the message the poet has conveyed? A very thoughtful message is conveyed to us that the simple things we do for people around us can make all the difference. A small act of kindness can change a person's life and bring a ray of hope in his or her life. So, the small things in life, if noticed and appreciated, actually, and at the end, eventually, they will lead to positivity. The willingness to change and move forward should always be nurtured. So this significant verse by Robert Frost reiterates that little things in life can have great impact in life. And on the other side, the other idea, that is the things of nature can bring change in our mood. So that's why when we are sad, depressed, we are asked to sit in the company of nature, because nature has a soothing effect, a comfortable effect, and it gives us a joyful feeling forever, for permanent. Clear? Now coming to the second poem, if we talk about the poem Fire and Ice, what does the poet want to refer here? The poem conveys a simple but very important theme about an individual's behavior in terms of passion and obsession. Human emotions can destroy a person morally, mentally, and physically. So these personality traits can further destroy many lives and even countries. So the message which the poet has conveyed through this poem, very important message, through simple words, he suggests everyone to be moderate in their relations. One should not be overpowered by desire, passion, or by hatred for any other individual. Hatred and desire are the two major threats for humanity. And the poet has made an effort to warn people to maintain a balance between these emotional instincts. ये हमारी जो इमोशनल फीलिंग्स हैं, डिजायर, पैशंस एंड hatred, there should be a balance between all these things, otherwise it can destroy our relations and it can bring havoc and destruction all around. So if we come to the third poem, that is A Tiger in the Zoo, in this poem the poet has conveyed a thoughtful message by creating a situation where the importance of the freedom of animals is raised. Keeping animals in cages in a zoo is not the solution to save the species, rather, they survive better in their natural habitats. The poet has conveyed the message of keeping animals safe by not captivating but by letting them breathe in free atmosphere and providing them conducive environment throughout the poem. The same idea is run. We are given the picture of the tiger when the tiger is in the zoo and when the tiger is in its natural habitat, that means in the forest. So these are the ideas which are conveyed to us through these three poems. Yes, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, I want to take 2 minutes only to discuss about the format of your letter writing, because many students have committed mistake when I'm checking the notebooks now. You are not reading the topic carefully. This time, in your homework, which in the notebook you have sent, it was an official letter. Official letter means the letter to be written to some office, and I gave you the letter to write an office to the traffic police commissioner. Still, the students are writing to the editor. Beta, please be careful. That may be called an official letter also, because we write to the office of a newspaper. But when a particular name is mentioned, you read that carefully. The letter is written to the police commissioner, or the letter is written to the municipal corporation, or to some institution for any complaint. So read the topic carefully. It was very much clearly written, write a letter to the traffic police commissioner. And still the students are writing to the editor. So be particular for the format. बिना मतलब के आप उसका जो 1 mark होता है वो कटवा लेते हो. First you have to write the sender's address. If it is given, write that address. If it is not given, then you can use your own. Then date in the expanded form. Then the receiver's address, whatever is mentioned to you, any office name. You have two types only. Don't get mixed. One is letter to editor. It will be written clearly, write a letter to the editor of a national daily or of a local daily, or the name of the newspaper is given. You have to write the name of the newspaper then. And the second one is official letters. The address of particular, the post of particular office must be given to whom you are to address the letter. So that receiver's address must be written. Then salutation and the subject. Be particular for the subject. Be brief. Many students have written 2 lines, 3 lines for the subject. It should be only single line. Be brief according to the topic. Then for the content part, telling your problem, at the end you must add some solutions. अपनी तरफ से कुछ आप सजेशंस दीजिए, कुछ रेमेडीज दीजिए उस प्रॉब्लम की कि आपको क्या लगता है कि ये प्रॉब्लम जो है कैसे सॉल्व की जा सकती है. देन एट द एंड यू हैव टू मेक अ रिक्वेस्ट. If it is a letter to editor, make a request to the editor to publish your letter so that the public and authorities can become aware. And if it is an official letter, then make a request to that particular officer that the work should be get it done or the problem should be sought out. Then at the end, complimentary close, yours faithfully, truly, or sincerely, and then your name and designation if mentioned. That is to be written. Clear? So don't commit mistake for the format and be particular for the topic, whatever is given to you. Read the topic carefully. Yes, now if you have any problem, you can ask for the poems.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, in official letters, you the question which you gave the traffic police commissioner, ma'am. What is the office of the traffic police commissioner?
बेटा पुलिस स्टेशन वहां लिखा हुआ था नीचे, ट्रैफिक पुलिस स्टेशन. द आप वहां लिखते हो ना पहले, द ट्रैफिक पुलिस कमिश्नर, उसके बाद आप पुलिस स्टेशन लिख दो या ट्रैफिक पुलिस स्टेशन लिख दो, नो प्रॉब्लम. एक सेपरेट पुलिस कमिश्नर होता है, एक ट्रैफिक पुलिस कमिश्नर.
And ma'am, if अगर हमें if we don't get any name or any address, then ma'am we can write about on our own or.
Yes, according to the topic. आपको टॉपिक से पता चल जाता है ना कि आपने किस ऑफिस को लेटर एड्रेस करनी है. Accordingly you will
No,
write.
ma'am, हमें कोई senders का एड्रेस नहीं मिला तो.
Sender's
Like
address. Then you can write any ABC लिख के वहाँ कुछ भी लिख दो, कुछ भी एड्रेस लिख सकते हो, डैश सिटी डैश नंबर कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. ठीक है? Clear? Yes, any other doubt to anyone for the poems? Everything clear? No doubt? Okay, then we are left with 1 minute. I'm going to end the meeting.